congrats on all the success you've been having
Thank
as a solo artist.
Thank you.
We were huge fans of Leaving Thomas.
I appreciate that so much.
And we were all heartbroken when you
I
guys broke
know.
up.
I saw Brighton last week, actually. I was at his
nice.
house for dinner, and I said, what am I going to do at the CCMAs without
Without you. I know,
So
I know.
I'm missing my buddy, for sure. It's nice to have a partner in crime.
Yes.
And although I'm sure he's enjoying his sleeping in this morning. Yeah, exactly. You guys know what it's like. But I'm sure he's enjoying sleeping in this morning while I was up at 5:15.
Yeah,
So-
no kidding. No kidding. I can see that, yeah.
But I'm so glad that you loved Leaving Thomas.
Oh,
Because
big
I
time.
did too.
Yeah,
It
we
was a
saw you
fun
in
chapter of life.
Burlington Music Fest.
Yes!
years ago.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
that
and
is
did a
so
Whitney
fun.
Houston song. And
That's exactly
it
right.
stuck with us because I'm like, that girl is so much fun.
Oh.
Like, you had so much fun.
I'm
It was
so
like
glad.
Brighton Hill. Oh, that
Oh my gosh, it's so funny that you say that because I always thought, man, if I could get Whitney Houston into a country music festival
Yes.
set, the dream has
did it. The
happened,
crowd was
right?
amazing.
Yes,
It was
so
so much fun.
he was such a good sport about it. Oh my goodness. So we did a little Keith Urban for him,
Yeah.
Whitney Houston for me.
But we
so.
don't remember his. We just
There you go. Well, there was a lift involved. We had a costume change.
Yes, you did.
We put a lot of effort into that Whitney Houston tribute, so I'm glad it did not go unnoticed.
No,
That's
it's resonated,
good.
and that was like probably, I don't know, 5 years
Yes,
ago.
that was quite a while ago. I'm not sure if he'd be able to lift me now. The extra weight I have on me now, but glad we did it when we did.
Yes, it was a lot of fun.
Yes.
Have you found it a harder journey getting back out there on your own as a solo artist?
You know, I think I was very fortunate that the industry totally welcomes me back with open arms, knowing me from Leaving Thomas. I think it'd be harder if I was doing it completely from scratch with no fan base at all or nobody knowing me. I also released my album when I had just had my first baby. And I was thinking this would be really hard if no one... I didn't know how that would go, and people were just so excited. My song went top 40 the day I gave birth, and I thought,
oh my God,
this is amazing,
This is
you know,
exciting.
like was not expecting that. And so the industry really has welcomed me back, and it's even being here again this weekend. You know, you just realize all these people don't forget you. They still follow you and see what you're up to, and so that always means a lot.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
You have such a cute face, too.
Thank you.
We also wanted to congratulate you and Spencer on becoming expectant parents.
Thank you. Yes,
Think
it's
we may
baby
have seen
number
that?
2.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I think you'll
amazing.
see it now, even if
I know.
depends on the
Well,
angle,
no.
I guess. But
You look
thank
great. How
you.
you feeling now, okay?
I'm feeling good. I'm 5 months along, so
Wow.
I'm past that
Scary.
tired, nausea,
Good.
scary
Get
time.
up
And now
early
it's-
for interviews.
I was gonna say, I was ready to go. The good thing is funny. Someone said, "Okay, the radio interviews are pretty early." I was like, "Well, I'm a mom. I'm used to getting up with a 13-month-old at like 6, but I have a show tonight at 11:50 p.m." He said,
Oh,
"The late
boy.
night might be a bit different for me when I'm
Yes.
used to going to bed now
Yeah.
at 9:30."
Hopefully you
So,
get a nap in.
yes, that's the plan.
So at least put your feet up.
Yes, for sure.
How do you, with both of you and your husband being so busy in the industry, how do you balance time as a family?
Well, that's a great question. That is one that we are still always talking about often in our household,
He's
especially
super
as
busy. Like,
oh yeah. When yesterday he was my roadie, you know, carrying around my keyboard, and on Saturday I get to be his support because he's nominated for Drummer of the Year, and and he'll be performing at the award show. So we do get to support each other, which is really nice because we're not usually at the same event.
Yes.
So that's really fun. Thankfully, we have lots of great family members who are babysitters
I was
for us,
just going
which
to
is
say, how do
great.
you balance that?
But I think with us both working from home and having control over our schedule, we just really carve out time to make that special. Date night. Levi, my son, goes to bed at 7 o'clock, and every hour after 7 o'clock, it's just Spencer and I. We don't work after 7. We always have our evenings, which is really nice. Yeah.
Share your day.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. We really love the single encore that you recorded with Red Bay. So how did you end up
I know, the song was good. So what was funny was I wrote that song with 4 other guys, meant for a male artist, and the idea was to eventually pitch it to a male artist. And then what often happens to me is I fell in love with the song myself.
Did you became your baby?
And I thought, well, I want to record this, and so I was going to record it as a solo thing. But then with the lyrics, and I just thought, oh, this would be so nice to have a duet. And so I remember one of the writers said, well, why didn't you ask Brett Kissel to join you? And I thought, there is no way Brett Kissel has time to do this with me. But I thought I'll swing for the fences. If he doesn't say yes, I'll go to the next person on my list. And he responded within 10 minutes saying, absolutely, I love this song. And just totally brought his energy and talent to it and made it like one of my favorite songs. And he doesn't really have a ballad like that. He didn't have a romantic kind of ballad in his repertoire, so it was really fun to get to hear his voice in a different way as well. So we recorded that music video when I was, I don't know, eight months pregnant. Everything was shot from the chest up. And he was super supportive of that too, which I was really encouraged by. As him being a dad of 4 kids, he totally understood, and so that was really nice. And I'm so glad he said yes.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Being a great songwriter yourself, who has been your favorite songwriter?
Well, I would have to say Chris Yurchuk is based out of Nashville. I met him. Yes, he is writing with a lot more Canadian artists. He's not as well known as some of the other writers I've written with in Nashville, but I will say I've written with him the most because I feel like co-writing's almost like blind dating, where you meet someone, you're not sure how it's going to go, and so when you click with someone, it's amazing. So he wrote 85% of my album with me. Like, I just completely connect with him, and thanks to Zoom, we were able to do everything through COVID. And he's here this weekend, which is great because it's finally nice for him to get to be around all the people that he's been writing with. Yes. So Chris Yurchuk is amazing. He's nominated for Songwriter of the Year with Prairie States. Yes. Nice. So I'm really happy for him that he's getting recognition this year for all the hard work that he's been doing for the last several years.
That's going to be his year.
Yeah. So any song of mine, you'll be very hard pressed to find one that isn't co-written with.
That's awesome. Yeah. Good stuff. What's it like to have your life as your producer and your?
I was going to say it's a lot cheaper than having to hire one. I will say. Horrible thing to say.
2 a.m. in bed.
That's true.
I have an idea.
Absolutely.
Wake up.
I have said many times I don't know if I'd still be doing this if I was not married to Spencer as my producer, mixer, drummer, musical director, moral support.
Yeah.
I love it because he understands the industry, he understands what I'm doing, but he's not doing the same thing.
Yep.
So we complement each other so well. And, there are definitely times where you're thinking, okay, if we were not married, we would probably talk to each other a bit differently in the studio. You'd probably be a little more complimentary instead of like, let's go, I've got dinner happening.
You have 20 minutes.
Yes, you have all these things happening. But he's so talented at what he does, and he was my producer long before we were even friends or even married. So I've always trusted him with my work, and then the rate just got a lot cheaper when we said I do.
I guess so.
So that was very nice, but it's the best. I absolutely love it. It's really great.
Good.
Yeah.
What are you most looking forward to this weekend?
I am excited to wear a dress and feel beautiful for the first time in a while. Yes, I'm excited to get to support Spencer and at the gala and be able to see, of course, everyone again. But it's going to be a really fun time to be able to be there for him in that way. And then, of course, I'm performing. I was performing yesterday, today, tomorrow. I've got all my showcases before the gala. So the gala will be when I'm off the clock.
Good.
And can enjoy myself. I was going to say, at the gig yesterday, they all brought shots up, and I said, oh, sorry, I'm 5 months pregnant. I guess my blazer is working, so you can't tell. But, I certainly miss having a glass of wine and celebrating and toasting. No, that's okay. But I'm sure Spencer will drink enough wine for both.
Yeah, that's right.
I always say I'm eating for 2, and he says he's drinking for 3. So.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's him. Yes.
Well, thank you so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate meeting you.
Of course.
And finally connecting.
Yes, I love it. Thank you so much for having me, and enjoy the weekend.